हेलो एवरीवन, तो स्वागत है आपका इस सेशन में। नो योर ब्रांच सीरीज़ का हमारा ये थर्ड सेशन जो कि बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट होने जाएगा। ठीक है। अभी तक हमारे नो योर ब्रांच सेशंस जो हम विराज एकेडमी के जो एलुमनाइज है 2020 बैच 2021 बैच के एलुमनाई स्टूडेंट इस सेशंस को ले रहे हैं। अभी हमने ऑलरेडी एम साइडेड ब्रांचेस को कवर किया है। कल ही एक सेशन हुआ जिसमें हमने इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड टेलीकम्युनिकेशन को कवर किया। तो आज हम नो योर ब्रांच सीरीज़ में डिस्कस करेंगे उन ब्रांचेस के बारे में, कंप्यूटर साइंस या फिर उसके रिलेटेड जो भी अलाइड ब्रांचेस है, CS विद डेटा साइंस, मशीन लर्निंग, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस। ठीक है। और इसी के साथ जैसे आजकल हम एक ट्रेंड देखते हैं कि काफ़ी स्टूडेंट्स नॉन CS ब्रांचेस के साथ भी कहीं ना कहीं सॉफ्टवेयर IT में करियर बनाते हैं। तो उसके लिए क्या सही रोड मैप होना चाहिए, तो इन सारी चीज़ों का एक आज डिस्कशन होगा। जस्ट ब्रांच के बारे में आइडिया नहीं, पूरी स्ट्रीम के बारे में आइडिया है कि अगर आप सॉफ्टवेयर या फिर IT में करियर बनाना चाहते हो तो आपके लिए ब्रांच के साथ साथ कॉलेज का और आपके एक्स्ट्रा स्किल्स का क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है, उनको कैसे आपको अचीव करना है। तो ये सारी चीज़ें आज के इस सेशन में हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे। और इस सेशन को गाइड करने के लिए आज हमारा एलुमनाई स्टूडेंट 2020 बैच का प्रचेत शाह आज हमारे साथ इस सेशन में हमें गाइड करेगा। ठीक है। प्रचेत DJ सांघवी कॉलेज से पास आउट है 2024 बैच। ठीक है। उसने कंप्यूटर साइंस विद डेटा साइंस का उसने वहाँ पे उस ब्रांच में B.Tech की हुई है। ठीक है। तो आई होप ये सेशन आपको उतना ही इम्पैक्टफुल आपके लिए रहेगा, उतना ही इन्फॉर्मेटिव रहेगा जो ऑलरेडी सेशंस रहे हैं। मे बी ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेटिव रहेगा क्योंकि आज हम किसी पर्टिकुलर ब्रांच के बारे में नहीं तो पूरे स्ट्रीम के बारे में डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। ठीक है। तो प्रचेत, स्वागत है आपका इस सेशन में।
Hi sir, thank you for having me.
तो प्रचेत हमारे साथ जूम मीटिंग के थ्रू जुड़े हुए हैं। ठीक है। तो उसके साथ साथ नॉन CS स्टूडेंट्स को कैसे प्रिपरेशन करना है सो दैट वो CS रिलेटेड जो अपॉर्चुनिटी उनको ग्रैब कर सकते हैं। और इसी के साथ कुछ प्रचेत अपनी जर्नी शेयर करेगा और एंड में क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन भी होगा। तो टिल क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन आपको हर एक चीज़ को सीरियसली सुनना है और आपके जो भी क्वेश्चंस रहेंगे आप क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन में प्रचेत के साथ डिस्कस कर सकते हो। तो चलो स्टूडेंट्स, आई होप ये सेशन आपके बहुत काम आएगा। ठीक है। चलो तो प्रचेत, यू कैन स्टार्ट। थैंक यू।
Okay, I'll just share my screen. Okay, so is my screen visible, sir? Hello, am I audible? Yeah. So hi everyone. So my name is Prachet Shah. So जैसा सर ने बोला, I've been an alumni of VRaZ. I was in the 2020 batch, and after that I have done my B.Tech in computer engineering and data science from Sanghvi College of Engineering, which is in Mumbai. So a little bit more about myself. So मेरे college में CSDS was the, like when I joined, it was the first branch, मतलब first batch था basically वो branch का. So we like overcame many obstacles उसमें, तो उसके वजह से I was able to learn a lot. So this session may be helpful for anyone who is looking like making a career into tech or non-tech roles which involve tech a little bit as well. Since I have seen many people जो non-CS branches से भी होते हैं and they crack good companies, good product-based companies in software engineering domain uh, with like little CS fundamentals and stuff खुद से पढ़ के. So this is something which like anyone can do because ये branch ही ऐसा है which is like computer branch है, तो everything is available online. इसकी कोई भी books नहीं होती है, कोई भी इसका फिक्स पैटर्न नहीं होता है कि ये पढ़ के आपको ये हो जाएगा. ये एवर इवॉल्विंग फील्ड है जो अभी भी इवॉल्व हो रही है. एवरी मंथ हम देखेंगे न्यू AI मॉडल्स आ रहे हैं, न्यू ब्रेक थ्रूज आ रहे हैं विच आर लाइक beneficial to us and जैसे जैसे वो improve हो रहा है software engineers का भी थोड़ा काम कम हो रहा है and उसकी वजह से like it has become like easier for anyone to learn but it has become very difficult for someone as a fresher to come into this industry as well because of the overwhelming competition. So इंडिया में अभी भी वही है कि मतलब if you have high percentile और अच्छी कॉलेज में जाना है तो first choice which people prefer is to take the tech branches because safe bone है, backbone मतलब उसका काफ़ी safe है, alumni network काफ़ी strong रहता है and starting packages भी काफ़ी fancy and high रहते हैं. So अभी भी वही है कि many people join these branches for high placements and good like security and मैंने भी obviously इसी reason की वजह से computer engineering लिया था because I thought that it's good और उसका मतलब obviously placements अच्छा होता है in every college. So before we begin this session, so these are the few key points we will try to cover in this session. We will start with a brief introduction of CS versus allied branches, उनमें क्या क्या difference होता है, what all courses they offer, and how much are they related to the actual job which software engineer profiles or even data scientists are offered in colleges or even off-campus placements. We will also cover a brief overview on masters wala part because many people prefer to go for masters abroad or India may for these branches to get masters or PhD or get good pay later in Europe or US as well. Then key focus areas on which courses you should focus, which competitions you should look forward to, which type of projects you will encounter and what you should build yourself so you get an edge over other people who are in this field. Internships, how do you get them? Uh, what do they teach you? And Vaiki, how are you supposed to navigate this part? Because this is something which many people challenge in college because getting an internship is very difficult when there's a lot of people applying for it. Then we will also cover few points on open source. This is something which is like which gives you like a clear advantage over your peers if you are into this because your whole profile becomes very much active online and all the startups and people they directly reach out to you based on the contributions you do in the open source community. And obviously we will talk about placements versus masters. What stuff do you need if you are preparing for placements and what stuff you will need if you are preparing for masters after your graduation directly. So yeah, my as I said introduction में sir ने तो बोल ही दिया but my name is Prachet. So let's start with CS versus allied branches. So nowadays every college offers 2 to 3 branches minimum which are related to computer engineering or computer science. They are like computer science. Mostly Mumbai में all the colleges prefer computer engineering as a degree. Then there is computer engineering and data science. Then there is AI and data science. Then there is information technology. So core branches जो मैं बोलता हूँ colleges में they are generally computer engineering and IT which is information technology. Those are the branches जो बहुत पहले से college में होते हैं और उनका alumni network अच्छा होता है और उनका एक fixed curriculum रहता है. All these branches like computer engineering and data science, artificial intelligence, there is also cyber security for an instance. ये सब branches are newly introduced 5-6 years पहले, so उनका curriculum काफ़ी rough है and जो opportunities मिलती है ये field में that is also very difficult to crack. Saying about computer science and data science myself, I opted for this branch because before joining college I had like a lot of interest in machine learning and stuff and I used to read about it. So मैंने data science prefer किया over computer engineering while choosing my branch. But when I started studying it, the core difference between the fundamental topics is not much. So data science and artificial intelligence वाले जो भी branches होते हैं they offer courses which include basics of CS fundamentals. तो जो CS fundamentals होते हैं I'll just give you a brief overview of them. So even if you are someone who is in first year or someone who is going to start college now in any of these fields or any of the field other than this as well, electronics, mechanical and stuff as well. So main difference ये होता है कि core fields होते हैं which are computer networks, operating systems and databases. and other small stuff revolving around them as well. So if you are starting any of these fields, computer engineering के like all the colleges में जितना मुझे पता है, first year में the curriculum remains same across all branches. They teach you mathematics, they teach you engineering, drawing, chemistry, etc. Then from second year, your real coursework starts in all the colleges. So this is the time you will feel the difference between the courses which you are learning in your branch and people are learning in their branches. So जो computer engineering के courses होते हैं, they just go in depth on the core fundamentals. So they will have OS का one, DBMS का one, and data science people or artificial intelligence people would also have these one subjects, but they also have subjects like machine learning 1, machine learning 2, whereas computer engineering people would have subjects like machine learning 1, but they won't have machine learning 2 in their curriculum. So they teach you the basics of computers which is required, because even though if you are learning data science or artificial intelligence, you won't be able to apply those fields unless you are knowing how a computer works and how stuff is written inside computer. So those are the things they teach you as well. But the computer engineering folks later in the third and fourth year learn advance of algorithms and internal working of computer, how processes are handled or how a computer operates memory and stuff, which is avoided in the allied branches of CS like data science and AI. They avoid these topics and they teach further advanced topics in their domain itself. So someone in data science branch would be learning about machine learning 2 or deep learning 1 as their core subject. Someone in AI might learn something about game theory or maybe reinforcement learning. So the core difference between the branches is just what they teach you, but or whatever they teach you, you can learn it yourself on your own, because whatever they teach you, it is available online. वो जो तुमको कॉलेज में पीपीटीज में सिखाएंगे द सेम कंटेंट nowadays is available online. वो लोग भी उधर से ही कॉपी पेस्ट करके उनके पीपीटीज में डाल देते हैं and they will teach you. This is I have something which I've observed. Like I have many friends in different colleges. They also say कि उनका जो course work होता है, it is something which is very similar available on net. So if you are someone who is in any of these branches, or someone who is not in computer specific branches but someone who is in elects or electronics or even in mechanical and stuff, the basics jo hota hai, which is something which is very easy to learn, you can do it yourself as well. So usme kuch itna difference hota nahi hai. So placements and stuff mein I'll come later, what someone who is not from these branches will have to do extra, so they can also sit for them. जनरली कॉलेजेस में ऐसा होता है कि कंप्यूटर साइंस वाले ब्रांचेस में स्टूडेंट्स का जो क्राउड रहता है वो बेटर रहता है बिकॉज ऑफ द हाई परसेंटाइल वाला क्राइटेरिया जो होता है. बट इन द एंड इट ऑल that matters is what you have done in those 4 years, how you have built your profile, how many internships you have done, number से ज़्यादा quality of internships, what you have learned in them and how can you apply them in real world. And also if you have done any research work, which is generally compulsory nowadays, and the projects you have worked on, what extracurricular you have done. So that is something which gives you an advantage over others. So ये is generally a brief overview on how these branches के curriculums are. So key focus areas placements के लिए for someone who is in CS specific branch, they will learn the CS fundamentals, they will learn algorithms and data structures, and they will also have a proficiency in multiple programming languages, because every year they keep adding new programming language to the course, so students need to learn those stuff as well. Now if you are someone who is like कि जो मुझे कॉलेज में पढ़ा रहा है मैं वही पढ़ूंगा, तो frankly speaking तुम्हारा कुछ नहीं होगा, cause वो जो सिखाते हैं वो काफ़ी बेसिक सिखाते हैं. जो कंपनीज और पीपल जो आते हैं हायर करने, दे एक्सपेक्ट कि तुमने खुद से क्या किया है इसमें. सो यू नीड टू लर्न दी एडवांस स्टफ इन एनी लैंग्वेज, एनी फ्रेमवर्क, have a good profile in any of the data structures and algorithm side. Most prominent of them are lead code, or if you're into CP, it's going to be code forces, code chef. If you have a profile in these accounts and you are an active user there, your problem solving and logical skills improve greatly. So all these big companies which hire off campus, their only and only criteria which they follow is to hire people who have high logical thinking and people who have their online profile on these platforms and have a good rank there. So it's like a competition. If you are playing any sport, you have rankings. You go district, you go state level or something like that. So there are rankings in these platforms as well. So if you are someone who's in first year, I would highly suggest you to start with your competitive programming skills, or start with lead code for problem solving and improving your logical reasoning, since this is something which will help you everywhere. It will help you in your job, it will help you in interviews, because this is the core filter which companies use to filter out candidates in this field, is having a DSA round. In the first and second round of interviews are generally DSA rounds for all the companies. So if you're someone who is from a non-CS background and you want to sit for these jobs, then along with your course curriculum, you will have to learn the basics of CS fundamentals. You can nowadays with ChatGPT and Gemini and all the stuff, you can directly Google and it will give you the stuff you need to learn. Or there are also blogs and websites like Geeks for Geeks or InterviewBit, which has these most common interview questions which people ask in interviews for the CS fundamentals. So that is something which you will have to learn, and the CS folks will have to revise and brush up, because it's all theoretical knowledge and everyone forgets it when they reach the third year and it's time for placements. Then after that, you will have to practice your data structures and algorithm skills. So this is common for both CS people and someone who is not from CS people. DSA, which is data structure and algorithms, is something which many people avoid till they get to their third year and it's time for placements. And कितने ही लोग आते हैं कॉलेज में जो पूछते हैं कि अभी 10 दिन में इसका इंटरव्यू है, मैं डीएसए कैसे सीखूं. अभी ये इसको सीखना है तो तुमको 10 दिन में तो तुमको भगवान ही बनना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज ये ऐसी चीज़ है जो तुम 10 दिन में नहीं सीख सकते हो. दिस टेक्स ईयर्स, आई एम टेलिंग यू. सालों लगते हैं ये चीज़ को एकदम एक्सपर्टली सीखने में, कॉज इसमें इतने पैटर्न्स होते हैं, इतने प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं डिफरेंट टाइप्स के. ऐसा दूर से देखने से ऐसा लगता है कि अरे क्या ही कर रहे हो तुम लोग, बस दो तीन कीज दबा रहे हो और चीज़ें चल रही है, बट ऐसा नहीं होता है. कॉज उसमें काफ़ी इन डेप्थ तुमको रीजनिंग लगाना पड़ता है. इट्स लाइक सॉल्विंग मैथ्स. तुम मैथ्स के कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहे हो, तुम्हें सिमिलर प्रॉब्लम्स एकदम वेग तरह में बताए दिए जाएंगे एज अ स्टोरी फॉर्मेट, कि तुमको ये बस में से इतने लोग को निकालना है, कैसे निकालोगे. तो दिस इज जस्ट एन एग्जांपल व्हिच आई एम गिविंग. तो तुमको उसके बारे में रीजनिंग लगा के तुमको वो प्रोग्रामेटिकली सॉल्व करना पड़ता है. सो दीज आर द स्टफ व्हिच आर रिक्वायर्ड इन टेक्निकल इंटरव्यूज. सो ये एक स्मॉल ओवरव्यू है जो सबको करना पड़ता है. And if you are in a CS branch, people expect you to have a good project as well using any of the technologies. Preferably, if something which you are looking for, you have already built it, so you get like direct brownie points in their interviews. That this is something which has happened with me when I was sitting for interview with my company. They were looking for people with a particular skill set, and I had already worked on it in a project, so I was able to explain it to them, and they were like very happy with me, and they directly promoted me to the next round. So placements में there is luck involved काफ़ी ज़्यादा, but over the 4 years or 5 years of your curriculum in college, you have to keep grinding over your projects, and you have to balance your projects, internships, and also upskilling yourself, because you cannot be limited learning only one language. Like if you're learning Python, for example, you cannot say to anyone कि नहीं मुझे Python आता है, मैं और कुछ सीखूंगा नहीं. स्पेशली इफ यू आर इन कॉलेज. इफ यू आर इन वर्क तो ठीक है, वो लोग सिर्फ पाइथन पे काम करते तो तुम पाइथन ही एडवांस सीखोगे. बट इफ यू आर इन कॉलेज, आई वुड सजेस्ट यू टू पिक अप not all the programming languages and frameworks you see out there, but I would prefer you guys at least pick up 2 to 3 most commonly used programming languages like Python or JavaScript and Java, for example. So these are the stuff which people expect computer engineers to know all the three languages mostly, because it is taught in the curriculum as well. And for person who is not in computer engineering field, I would suggest to master at least one or two programming languages, and with that programming languages you should be able to solve all the data structure and algorithm problems flawlessly, and you should also have one or two projects with it. So moving on, obviously soft skills are required. If you are like the best engineer in the world and you are not able to explain what you have done or what you are doing, then like there's nothing which you can do to impress person who is interviewing you. You should know what to speak, how to speak, and obviously what to speak for them to know that you know and you are what they're looking for, so they hire you. So when I said what you need projects, so there are various projects which you can build. The most common of some of them are open source projects. So open source projects are something which is available online and you can contribute in them. So this is something which it's not paid, it's not it's like खुद से ही मन से आया तो तुम open source में contribute कर सकते हो. Getting into open source projects is very hard, to be very honest, because you don't have that much bandwidth to put in the time required to get into this open source project. So 99% people won't do an open source project or contribute to them. Then the most important thing is maintaining your GitHub profile. So GitHub is like the the required stuff for person who is getting into this field. GitHub is like your Instagram there. So GitHub profile is something which has all your projects, which has all your portfolios, it has the stuff about you, and it's really useful because this is something you add in your resume as well. And off campus when you apply, GitHub is something which they look firstly before even checking your name. They will open your GitHub and see what things you have done, what things you are building on. Then there's portfolio site. I wouldn't say this is compulsory, but it's very easy to use. All the templates are available nowadays. You just add information about yourself and just host it somewhere and maintain it. Uh, just an extra stuff over your GitHub. Then there are college assignments. So every year there would be courses where you will be supposed to be making projects in that language. If you are supposedly in this year, if you have machine learning 1 and deep learning 1 and algorithms 1 course, so for each of the course you will be told to make a project for completing the course. So machine learning may you'll have a project you have to make, deep learning may you'll have to make a project. Record these projects on your GitHub very अच्छे से, maintain them, try to update them if you think this is something which is very good or something which shows how skillful you are. Keep maintaining it, and any small stuff you make, just document it via GitHub. Just create a repository there and document it there, so it just keeps populating your portfolio for you yourself. Then there are internship projects. So suppose if you are working in an internship which does not have any NDA, generally software developer internships, they hire interns and they give them a 2 month or 3 month project for them to complete as a team. So that is a project which I don't think you can mention it in your project section, but that is something which you can write in your experience section of your resume. So when you are doing an internship in a company, the project you work on, the impact you have created, and what stuff which you have learned there, and the modifications which you have done there is something which is very important, as it shows that you have the skills to make stuff, build stuff, and ship them, obviously. Then we move on to how to get internships. So this is something which is like the most important stuff in college. How do you get internships? If you are in a like a tier 1 college or even tier 2 college, colleges get uh, internship from companies. Companies come to college, they have interviews, they hire for internship. Again, if you are someone who is in first year and you will be like, मुझे बहुत कुछ आता है, मुझे internship वाले लोग hire कर लेंगे. Frankly, ऐसा नहीं होता है, because luck plays a very important factor here. So getting internship through college, अगर वो लोग bulk में आ रहे हैं, then you get in, it's very good for you. Work there, build your portfolio. But if you are someone जिसको college से internship नहीं मिलता है, तो कैसे तुम लोग ढूंढ सकते हो? So first and most important platform where you can find for job posting is LinkedIn. LinkedIn पे तुमको काफ़ी लोगों से तुमको कनेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. You will have to message them, cold email them कि hey, I am interested in working in your company. Can you give me chance to work there? ऐसा करके. LinkedIn में you can find jobs. There are other job portals as well जहाँ पे सब listings होती है. You can go to these portals, find internships. अभी मैंने भी internships अगर की है, मैंने कॉलेज में था, मैंने 4 internships की है. So let's say मेरा जो first internship था, that I got through LinkedIn. LinkedIn में I was seeing all the openings. एक बंदे ने मुझे through a friend refer किया. It was like a freelance project cum internship. So I got that internship. मैंने वो उस LinkedIn के through किया. One internship I got through a job portal, Internshala करके portal होता है, which is like nowadays it's considered scam because सब scam listings होती है. But there are some genuine openings there. You can apply there. So एक internship I got through there. Then I got one through college. So वही मतलब सब way से I have tried getting internships. So all these are ways you can use to land an internship. Nowadays the most useful and most like high return rate वाला जो मैं बोलूँगा way है is to cold email founders. Go on LinkedIn, web पे search करो. Everything is available on web nowadays कि कौन सा नया कंपनी बना है, कौन से स्टार्टअप को अभी फंडिंग मिला है. बहुत सारे साइट्स होते हैं जो लिस्ट करते हैं. जस्ट वो कंपनीज का नाम ढूंढो, लिंक्डइन में उनके फाउंडर्स ढूंढो. और बहुत ऐप्स होते हैं जो तुमको उनका ईमेल भी दे देते हैं फ्रॉम देयर प्रोफाइल. सो उनको ईमेल करो, उनको थोड़ा मस्का लगाओ कि अरे सर आप बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हो, आपके बिना तो मतलब दुनिया ही रहेगी नहीं, दुनिया ही चेंज हो जाएगी. थोड़ा मस्का वस्का लगाओ, उनसे इंटरव्यू लो. और ऐसे तुम ट्राई करोगे, सो दिस हैज लाइक अ मोर चांस फॉर यू टू get more responses because many of these people would ghost you. अगर सॉफ्टवेयर एज अ फील्ड में इतने ओपनिंग्स होते हैं, लिंक्डइन पे भी इफ यू सी द स्टैट्स ना, एक जॉब ओपनिंग में रिक्वायरमेंट एक बंदे की रहेगी बट 1000-2000 पीपल विद इन आवर्स भर जाते हैं उसमें एप्लीकेशन. सो filtering candidates out of that is very and such an impossible task for them as well. So cold emailing, ये YC based startups from US, Europe based startups, Indian startups is like the go-to way nowadays if you want to land an internship off campus. Then for someone who is preparing for masters or someone जिसको काफी interest है in publishing a research paper or doing research, for example, they can apply for research internships. India में research internships are the most famous ones are generally offered by IITs. So ये किधर list नहीं होती है publicly. This is something which you have to find out on your own. You need to see कि अभी मुझे IIT बॉम्बे में research internship करनी है, तो IIT बॉम्बे में ये प्रोफेसर्स है जो ये प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम कर रहे हैं. You have to go, you have to see their profile Google Scholar पे, LinkedIn पे, and you have to message them वही cold email वाले format में कि I am interested in working under you for this research. I have these thoughts for improving this research as well. So this is something which you need to do ताकि they give you one of their allocated funds for you to start your research internship. Generally internships में now if you're in this topic, ऐसे भी internships होते हैं which take money from you to do their internship. Those are scams. तो वैसी चीज़ों में मत ही पड़ना. बहुत सारे कंपनीज है जो बोलते हैं कि तुम हमें 2000-3000 रुपए दो, हम लोग तुमको सर्टिफिकेट देंगे और वो लोग तुमसे बस एक कोर्स करवाएंगे. ट्रस्ट मी, इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू हेल्प यू. अगर तुम एकदम डाइंग हो कि अरे नहीं मुझे एक लेटर चाहिए ही, तब ऐसा तुम करना. बट इवन कंपनीज नो कि ये सब स्कैम होता है एंड दे लाइक इट वोंट गिव यू एनीथिंग, यू वोंट लर्न एनीथिंग. तुम्हारे 2-3 महीने जाएंगे, ऊपर से तुम्हारे पैसे भी जाएंगे. तो इट्स बेटर टू अवॉइड फॉलिंग इन दोज ट्रैप्स. डू योर ड्यू डिलिजेंस योरसेल्फ. अच्छे से कंपनी के बारे में देखो, ग्लास डोर पे उनके रिव्यूज देखो कैसी कंपनी है, अच्छे से इंटरव्यू के लिए प्रेप करो एंड फिर तुम लोग करो. अभी तुम जब ये प्रेप वेप करोगे तो ऑब्वियसली तुम्हारे कॉलेज में भी सेशंस होंगे जो तुमको इन डेप्थ बताएंगे कि क्या क्या पढ़ना चाहिए, कैसे पढ़ना चाहिए अलग अलग कंपनीज का, बिकॉज हर एक कॉलेज में अलग अलग कंपनीज आती है तो उनके अलग अलग फॉर्मेट होते हैं। तो मैं तुमको बस ब्रीफ ओवरव्यू दे रहा हूँ कि ये ऊपर के हेडिंग्स है, अंदर का जो डिटेल ट्री बनता है वो तुमको खुद ही फिगर आउट करना पड़ेगा। सो ऑब्वियसली गूगल करो थोड़ा अच्छे से, तुमको और इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलेगी, सो यू विल गेन मोर exposure. Then getting started with open source, ये something है जो मैं तुम लोग को recommend करूँगा. If you are good in this ना, you will have like crazy, work life balance, crazy offers, crazy stuff, because इससे तुम्हारा profile बहुत अच्छा build होता है. So like जो भी popular software developer tools होते हैं which everyone uses, most of them are open source nowadays. Open source है मतलब तुम उसका कोड खुद जाके देख सकते हो GitHub पे या किधर भी. तो काफ़ी सारे प्रोग्राम्स चलते हैं एवरी ईयर जो तुम लोग को इंटर्नशिप जैसा ही है. सो गेटिंग स्टार्टेड विद ओपन सोर्स, या तो तुम खुद ओपन सोर्स में कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हो विच इज डिफिकल्ट, और यू कैन अप्लाई वाया दीज प्रोग्राम्स. सो दीज प्रोग्राम्स पे यू मनी टू contribute into their software their self. Most notable ones are GSOC, which is Google Summer of Code, which is conducted by Google itself. Then there's Linux Foundation Mentorship. There is Google Summer of Talks. This is a very low-key kind of stuff जो लोगों को इतना पता नहीं रहता है. इसमें टेक्निकल डॉक्यूमेंटर करके एक प्रोफाइल होता है विच इज़ गुड फॉर दिस. इसमें तुमको कोड वाला लिखना नहीं रहता है, बट सॉफ्टवेयर का डॉक्यूमेंटेशन इज़ वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स, उसका आर्किटेक्चर काफ़ी कॉम्प्लेक्स होता है. तो GSOD follows that convention, it and it hires people to maintain their readmes and stuff. Then there is MLH fellowship, which is Major League Hacking Fellowship. I guess now उन्होंने Indians को ban कर दिया है because of the number of people which apply there. Then there's outreachy. Then there are women exclusive events in open source community. So if you are someone, फिर obviously cryptocurrency के बहुत सारे होते हैं. There's ETH everywhere, ETH India, ETH global events. I know many people जिनके फुल टाइम जॉब्स नहीं है बट दे आर इनटू क्रिप्टो करेंसी एंड स्टफ, तो दे कीप रोमिंग द वर्ल्ड. नए नए इवेंट्स होते हैं, दे मीट न्यू पीपल, दे बिल्ड स्टफ देयर, विन रिवॉर्ड्स देयर. बिकॉज अगर तुम ब्लॉकचेन वाले स्पेस में घुस जाते हो ना, यू गेट मैनी कनेक्शंस, you get many people building many stuff, and it's something which like pays crazily because you get paid in dollars and you live in India. So it's like dream come true for anyone who is in India. You get paid in dollars and you live cheaply here. I would say if someone who is in first year or second year, right? So, or even someone who is going there, start looking how you can apply for GSOC, because GSOC is something which is, it builds your profile very good. You can say you have worked in Google Summer of Code in your resume and it stands out because you are someone who has contributed to like tools which everyone uses. If you get into Python, for example, Python is something which is used by everyone in any project. You get into Linux, you get into browser, you get into Git. You know, getting into these projects is very difficult as an Indian, to be very honest. But you can get into many low companies who are partnered in GSOC. There are like thousands of companies which are listed there. So the procedure for GSOC is such that I would just give you an example. So there is an application phase and there is the review phase. So all the companies list down the projects they are releasing this year. So suppose if let's say Python, for example, Python will release 6 projects under its domain, and you have to filter out the project you want to work on. Suppose it's adding a new, cross-platform reach or something, let's say, for example. So you need to create a proposal. Okay, you need to create a Google document or a Word document which is like 10 to 11 pages or 5 to 6 pages explaining what you want to do in it. You have to mention the timeline. According to my plan, I would complete this in 4 or 5 stages. First 2 weeks I would work on this. For second 2 weeks I'll work on this. These projects are anywhere in range of 1 to 3 months. It is mentioned on their page how week long or how many weeks this project is going to last for. You get paid around 1.5 lakhs per month. So if you are working on a 2-month project, you get paid 3 lakhs for 2 months, and like hardly hour you need to remove 1 hour of your day every day for this, and you get paid 3-4 lakhs in 2 months easily. So this is something which requires lot of efforts, requires lots of research. To even create a proposal, you need to know how that software works. You need to read that code. You can nowadays use these AI agents like Perplexity or ChatGPT to know what these stuff are doing, identify problems, identify stuff which they are lacking, create a proposal out of it, and apply for GSOC. You get a limit of applying to 5 projects of your choice. As per my information, I'm not sure, it might get updated as well. You can create 5 proposals at 5 different companies, or 5 proposals at the same company for different projects, depends upon you. But this is like something I think everyone who's at first year currently should try. Definitely, it's going to help you a lot. Then the important courses to focus on. If you are someone who is in CS specific branches, the most important courses you need to focus on are like CS fundamentals is a must. You need to know how OS works. You need to know how networks work. Apart from then, you need to know the data structures and the algorithms. It's combined into one course, data structures and algorithms. Then you need to know about ML algorithms. Even as a computer engineer, even as a LX engineer, you need to know how simple ML works. ML is not AI. ML is simply maths. There are mathematical formulas, there are linear equations which ML have, and based on that, you have all these AI which use those formulas to create networks, large scale networks. Okay, so you need to know, and you need to know all the simple ML algorithms. You need to know all the data structure algorithms. All the data structures have different algorithms. There are graph algorithms, there are tree algorithms, everything. You should be well versed with them. You need to know web development, because web development is something which is expected out of you. They probably won't need it that much, but all the jobs in 90% companies in India are in web development. You are a web developer there. There are many people who work in backend, many people who work in front end, but there are hardly any people who won't have web development in their day-to-day life. Everyone will have web development involved in their day-to-day life. So you need to know how the web works. You need to know how they are designed, how they are developed. Even if you're not working on it, but you need to know how they interact with applications. Okay, because all the internships are going to be web development based internships, because internships have a period of 2 months, 3 months, or if college allows, it can be 6 months as well. So all these internships which are of low tenure of 2 to 3 months, they all have web development projects because it's easier to make, it's not very complex, and can be done in that time frame. But internships which are 6 months long, they may be more research specific, or maybe more ML or AI specific internship, which requires time for testing, requires time for design and development as well. Then moving on to recommended websites for learning. Okay, so this can be same for everyone. Everyone might have their own opinions, but main stuff is that if you want to learn something, there are ample websites available on the web. If you want to learn any language, you can go to Google and you can search for that language. You'll get multiple courses, you'll get multiple videos on YouTube. There are like 12 13-hour videos, 2 3 hour videos which tell you the basics, 13 14-hour which teaches you advanced stuff. And just FYI, if you are learning anything, please try to learn it very sincerely, and please try to cover intermediate stuff of that at least. Because if you are learning basics for that stuff, it won't be helpful anywhere, because if you are mentioning it in your resume and if someone asks you about it, you need to know what that stuff works and how it works. So just don't, there's a recurring joke which keeps on going in tech communities. I start a new language, I write hello world in that language, and I add it in my resume. If you do something like this, you will sincerely fail, because I've seen many people in my college who have got, who got rejected in interviews directly. They cheat in the data structures round, because abhi to AI aa gaya hai, you can cheat very easily. They cheat in those rounds, they get into interviews. It creates a bad reputation for college. many companies ban college if they found people who are cheating, and जो cheat करके लोग interviews तक पहुंच जाते हैं, and if they वो लोग वही क्वेश्चन जो टेस्ट में पूछा था वही क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया और तुम वही एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पाए, सो तुमने खुद का भी इज्जत डाउन किया, कॉलेज वाले तुम्हें प्लेसमेंट से बैन कर देंगे, दिस हैपेंस, ओके, कॉलेज वाले प्लेसमेंट से बैन कर देते हैं इफ यू आर फाउंड चीटिंग इन एनी ऑफ द ओएस, सो प्लीज बी माइंडफुल थोड़ा, एंड आई वुड से बेटर यू स्टार्ट लर्निंग योरसेल्फ, तो तुमको ये सब करना ही ना पड़े. There are forums, there are lead code, मैंने बोला lead code, I think every developer uses it in his lifetime, because even if you are someone who has 10 years of experience in industry, if you want to switch jobs, you need lead code there. Then participating in competitions, yes. So for someone who is in first or second year, I would say you have to compulsorily participate in networking opportunities or hackathons, because since these are the stuff which will, upskill you in such a short period of time. In 2 days, you will learn so much which is you won't even know. Suppose in a hackathon you don't know what a particular algorithm is, you will implement it because the time frame for hackathons is generally 1 to 2 days. So you will implement it and you will learn that जो तुम एक महीने में भी सीख नहीं पाते तुम एक दो दिन में सीख जाओगे. It's a high tense competition. If you get shortlisted for good hackathons, you can even go to international stages. You get internships via hackathons as well. Many top companies in Mumbai hire for internships for via hackathons. So JP Morgan Chase, Deutsche Bank, Barclays, all these host hackathons in Mumbai for colleges, and they hire students via those hackathons as well. And college में भी जो hackathons होंगे तो उसमें भी जो judges होते हैं, they have their own companies. If you make a product and sell yourself really good, they will hire you for freelance work and they will hire you for internships. मैंने बहुत बार देखा है जो भी टॉप 10 टीम्स हैकेथॉन में सिलेक्ट होती है, 3 टीम्स को प्राइज मिलता है ऑब्वियसली, बट जो 5th 6th टीम होती है उनका कंसेप्ट इतने अच्छे होते हैं कि फाउंडर्स हायर देम फॉर देयर वर्क एंड गिव देम मनी एज वेल फॉर दैट. सो इट्स good stuff. You need to participate in hackathons. Hackathons colleges में होते हैं offline, online भी होते हैं. You need to be looking out for them. काफी websites होती है which conducts hackathons. There's many websites. MLH hackathon का करता है along with OSS. Then well, if you go on Google and search, you'll get many such hackathons happening. Dev होता है, फिर dev post होता है. They all just keep posting. Not even just software hackathons, they also post about data analytics and data science hackathons. So if you're someone who is into data science, one more profile which is expected out of you apart from lead code and code forces is Kaggle. So Kaggle is a site which hosts data science and deep learning competitions. They have these challenges where you are given data sets and you are supposed to build a model for it to classify or train that AI to perform a particular task. So Kaggle के भी ranks होते हैं जैसे code forces और lead code में होता है. Even Kaggle has their ranks. If you have good ranks in Kaggle, the US startups are जितना मुझे पता है they are very if you have a good Kaggle rank, they don't even take interviews, they directly hire you. I know 2-3 people who had like top ranks in Kaggle in a competition. They directly get offered interviews with good startups abroad, and obviously you can work for them for 2-3 months. And first year essentials. So yeah, hackathons is a must. I would say jitna ho sakta hai, at least try for open source projects. Try for GSOC because this is something which you can only apply for in first and second year of your engineering. Third, fourth years wale allowed nahi hote hain mostly GSOC mein. So please try GSOC mein apply karna. Start with competitive programming or DSA. You can search more about it online, कैसे क्या करना होता है. But if you start early, you get really good with it. It helps you with your curriculum because all the fundamentals, all the stuff जो उनको सिखाएंगे college में, it will revolve around DSA because that's the core how stuff is built and how it's done. And start making a portfolio, start updating your resume every month, every 2-3 months. Keep applying for internships because personally speaking, I had applied for over 200 to 300 internships सेकेंड ईयर में ओनली. उसमें से मुझे एक दो का इंटरव्यू आया था, उसमें से बस एक कंपनी ने हायर किया था. तो अभी भी जॉब मार्केट ऐसा है कंप्यूटर फील्ड में, यू अप्लाई फॉर 1000-2000 जॉब्स, देन यू गेट 2-3 इंटरव्यूज. सो मतलब डिसहार्टन तो होना ही नहीं है. जिसको मतलब जहाँ दिखे वहाँ अप्लाई करना है, इवन इफ यू डोंट मैच द क्राइटेरिया, keep applying because there are thousands of other people who have applied as well. You cannot be left behind. You will see your peers who are doing time pass. You will see कि वो बोलेंगे हाँ हम सेकेंड थर्ड ईयर में चालू करेंगे, हो जाएगा. उनका हो जाएगा मतलब ऐसा भी होगा कि जैसे लोग रहेंगे जो कुछ नहीं करते उनका भी हो जाए. बट अगर तुमको श्योरिटी चाहिए कि नहीं मेरा होना ही चाहिए, तो यू नीड टू स्टार्ट grinding from first year itself. Apply in technical committees and clubs if you can. It takes a little effort. काफ़ी मतलब अगर तुम कोई कोर पोजीशन में हो तो काफ़ी काम का काफ़ी टाइम गिवन करना पड़ता है, छुट्टियों के दिन भी जाना पड़ता है, सैटरडे संडेज जाना पड़ता है. बट इट्स समथिंग विच विल इम्प्रूव योर सॉफ्ट स्किल्स. अभी मैं प्राइम एग्जांपल मानता हूँ इसका खुद का. मतलब बिफोर कॉलेज स्टार्टेड मुझे बोलने को कुछ होता भी नहीं था, आई डिडंट स्पीक एनीवेयर. बट कॉलेज में थ्रू दिस कमिटीज आई हैव टेकन सो मेनी सेमिनार्स, सो मेनी वेबिनार्स फॉर जूनियर्स, काफ़ी मेंटरशिप किया है, काफ़ी लोगों से इंटरेक्ट किया है. तो उससे तुम्हारा एक पर्सनालिटी काफ़ी अच्छा बन जाता है. यू आपको किधर चिपका देंगे बोलने को, तो आपको कुछ इशू नहीं आएगा. And hackathons maybe it's very important because hackathons may you have to pitch your project. You have built something, you have to present it in front of jury of 10 to 12 people. You have to show them the demo, you have to show them the business prospects. It's like a startup mein jaisa pitch karte hai, that is something which you do in hackathon by building it in 2 days. Okay, then there's research paper. Research paper is something which has been made compulsory in University of Mumbai as per my knowledge. So 2 research papers you have to publish or write at least. If you do not publish, it's okay, but under professors you need to write it. इसमें it's very important to have a good team. I would prefer friends को मत लेना. अगर तुम अपने friends के साथ team बनाते हो तो मतलब मैं क्या, तुम खुद ही स्मार्ट हो, तुम समझ जाना तुम कितना काम करोगे और कितना टाइम पास करोगे. Okay, so write research paper on good topics. AI पे थोड़ा लिखो because it's booming right now. You will get good viewage. Google Scholar पे तुम्हारे citations बढ़ेंगे. And having a research paper is very critical if you are planning for masters. If for someone who has fixed कि मुझे masters जाना है, you need good research papers and good journals in the world. तो अगर अच्छे जर्नल में तुम्हारे रिसर्च पेपर नहीं है तो तुमको काफ़ी लो क्लास यूनिवर्सिटीज़ मिलती है. To go into good universities, you need to have a good portfolio, good resume, and good research papers under good mentor citations across them. So DJ Sanghvi especially, there's a trend 50 to 60% people go for masters every year. So I have been accustomed with कि masters के लिए लोग क्या क्या prep करते हैं. काफ़ी it's like प्लेसमेंट का प्रेप जितना होता है, सिमिलरली मास्टर्स का भी उतना प्रेप होता है. इफ यू वांट टू गेट इनटू गुड कॉलेजेस, इफ यू वांट टू गेट इनटू दिस लो क्लास कॉलेजेस अब्रॉड में भी जाके, तो मतलब यू कैन डू टाइम पास. मास्टर्स का एडमिट मिलना इज नॉट डिफिकल्ट एट ऑल. कोई भी कॉलेज में मिल जाता है तुमको अगर इफ यू आर विलिंग टू स्पेंड मनी. बट इफ यू आर वांटिंग यू नीड टू डू मास्टर्स फ्रॉम अ गुड कॉलेज, then you need to have good research papers under your belt. So going on to, yeah, I guess this is the end. I'll just share a bit about my personal journey and then we'll start with the Q&A. These are my socials. You can see how a GitHub profile is maintained on this link, and you can also connect with me on LinkedIn as well. So jab I started in DJ Sanghvi as a first year, because of Corona, first year was online completely. So it turned out to be a good, good time for me to start learning stuff खुद से, because घर पे ज़्यादा टेंशन था नहीं. So lectures मन नहीं हुआ तो lectures साइड में रख के I started learning on my own. I started exploring new technologies खुद से ही. तो first second year में ही I was well versed with 2-3 languages and 2-3 frameworks. I wouldn't say कि तुम भी वो करो, but it's good if you explore. अगर if you have a exploring mindset, you can, if you know how something works, दूसरी थिंग भी वैसे ही वर्क करेगी, बस मे बी उसका लिखने का तरीका कुछ और हो. Okay, so भाई start exploring stuff. I joined committees, I joined clubs. As मेरा first batch था, we had to create committees and clubs. सो हमने एक स्टूडेंट चैप्टर खुद का बनाया, हमने खुद का क्लब्स बनाए। सो मैं इवेंट्स में था, देन मैं वाइस चेयरपर्सन बना टेक्निकल का। सो उसमें भी काफ़ी सीखने मिला, काफ़ी हैकेथॉन्स ऑर्गेनाइज़ किए, काफ़ी हैकेथॉन्स जीते मैंने। इसलिए काफ़ी इंटर्नशिप के लिए काफ़ी प्रेशर था, बिकॉज़ यू वुड सी मैनी पीपल जिनको कुछ नहीं आता गेट गुड इंटर्नशिप्स वाया कॉलेज, बट आते हुए भी मुझे नहीं मिल रहा था, तो काफ़ी डिप्रेसिंग होता है थोड़ा फेज़। इवन इन जॉब्स एंड इंटर्नशिप्स काफ़ी होता है, बिकॉज़ जैसे-जैसे टाइम जाता जाता है आधे लोग प्लेस होते जाते हैं, बट तुम्हारा कुछ नहीं होता है। सो इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट यू हैव एन ओपन माइंड, इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट यू नो बिफोरहैंड कि ये होने वाला है। सो यू आर प्रिपेयर्ड, एंड इसलिए यू नीड टू नाउअडेज कॉलेजेस में जितना मैंने देखा है, देयर आर ample seats for computer engineering Mumbai में itself. If you are in tier 1 college, it's like it's an advantageous start for you. If you are someone who is getting into tier 2 or tier 3 colleges in Mumbai, so I would say you need to start looking for off campus, because पिछले मतलब अभी आने वाले 2-3 साल में it's going to be very difficult to get a job in this domain because of how fast AI is improving. So it's good you अभी से start preparing, अभी से you start developing your profile, and अभी से you start applying for these startups who are hiring, and you create connections. You need to have good networking skills if you want to land a job nowadays. Even if your profile is good, the job would be given to someone who is a friend of director, or someone who works there knows him. So referral is very important nowadays if you want a job off campus. And on campus, it's obviously your critical logic, reasoning, your hard work, and a little bit of luck is involved here and then as well. So don't get depressed if you do not get shortlisted for few jobs as well. You'll get a job eventually. You'll get, obviously there are many people who start at very low packages, then grew exponentially in next 5-3 years by learning themselves in jobs as well. So instead of doing that, I would prefer कि तुम अभी कुछ सीख लो, ताकि आगे जॉब चालू होगा और उसमें वो टेंशन में सीखने से बेटर अभी सीख लो, स्टार्ट ही अच्छा करो ताकि तुम्हारा आगे भी और अच्छा बढ़े. So it's better if try to get into good colleges. इलेक्स या मैकेनिकल में भी मिला, स्टिल बहुत कंपनीज का क्राइटेरिया होता है कि दे ओनली हायर फ्रॉम कंप्यूटर ब्रांचेस फॉर सॉफ्टवेयर रोल्स, बट बहुत सारी कंपनीज का ऐसा नहीं होता है, दे अलाउ इलेक्स तक. मैक वालों का जितना मैंने देखा है, मेरे कॉलेज में तो अलाउ नहीं किया था उन्होंने, बस कंप्यूटर आईटी डेटा साइंस और इलेक्स वालों को कभी कभी अलाउ करते हैं वो लोग. But if you are from any non-CS branch, then you have to rely on off-campus opportunities. And to be very frank, it's difficult in current times to get an off-campus opportunity straight out of college as a fresher, or even for internship as a matter of fact. But you can try for it. You need to have a solid portfolio, like you need to have a great rank on code forces. Then there is something which can be done with that profile. Otherwise, it's very difficult. You can get into these companies which are not tech based. They are like a combination of tech and stuff. But so generally in tech community, we have these three types of companies. One is product based company, which is like a dream for software developers who, if like really into tech, you need to get into this product based companies. Then there are service based companies, which are like TCS, Cognizant, who take on projects from other clients. This is highly impacted by economy. If US markets go down, you can be benched, you won't get salary. Then there are these companies which are a mix of both. Mostly these accountancy companies like Deloitte, KPMG. Those are the companies which have high workload. They hire engineers to do the work which commerce people do with the help of data as well. Because obviously, if you are in engineering, you learn stuff, you learn everything apart from engineering as well in college. So तुमको कुछ भी काम तुमको सिखाएंगे. Being an engineer, I believe कि capacity to take on new stuff is very easy for us because we have been accustomed to so many changing things every time. So वो चीज़ों के लिए हायर करते हैं एज engineers को एज टेक में. बट फिर वहाँ से स्विच करना डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है इनटू प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनीज. उसके लिए काफ़ी मेहनत लगती है. अगेन वो मेहनत वही है, डीएसए एंड ऑल लगता है उसमें भी स्विच करने को. तो भाई अभी से तुम वो बेस स्ट्रांग रखोगे तो आगे जाके यू वोंट गेट एनी प्रॉब्लम्स इन दैट. ओके. So वही फिर उसके बाद तो अभी we can start with Q&A. I guess I have nothing from my side. Hello, sir.
Hello, Prachet.
Hello.
Hello.
हाँ बोल.
Am I audible?
हाँ you are audible. Screen share
So,
बंद करते हैं.
apart from the branch topics you have discussed, I had one more question. In DJ Sanghvi, is there any hostel facility available?
डीजे सांगवी इंटरनली हॉस्टल प्रोवाइड नहीं करता है डीजे सांगवी के स्टूडेंट्स को, बट देर आर मैनी पीजीज एंड हॉस्टल्स अवेलेबल नियर बाय, बिकॉज वो पूरा स्ट्रीट ही एस वी के एम कॉलेजेस का है. तो देर इज मिठी बाई, देर इज एन एम आई एम एस, तो इट्स फुल्ली पैक्ड विद स्टूडेंट्स ही. तो वहाँ पे विल गेट मैनी रेंटल और पीजी अपार्टमेंट्स. देर आर ऑल्सो हॉस्टल्स अवेलेबल बट देर इज नियर बाय कॉलेजेस. तो वहाँ पे रहने का तो कोई इशू नहीं है. पीपल गेट अपार्टमेंट्स देर. हॉस्टल भी मिल जाते हैं, पीजीज भी मिल जाते हैं, रेंट पे भी मिल जाता है. डिपेंड्स जो कहाँ पे रहना है.
And what can I expect the charges to be?
वो तो मुझे आइडिया नहीं है बिकॉज आई डिडंट स्टे देयर,
Okay.
बट भाई 15-20 के अप्रॉक्स यू कैन एस्टिमेट. 2-3
Okay.
मंथ्स.
एक चैट में किसी का कुछ क्वेश्चन आया है प्रचित, एक बार देखना.
अच्छा. You can do a software job, but you will have to apply for, मतलब depends on कौन से कॉलेज में हो पहले तो. And if you are doing, if you are taking mechanical, you will have to, because most of the companies do not hire mechanical on campus, you will need to sit for the placement drives जो ये बड़े बड़े companies में होते हैं. That's one way. Or you will have to have a strong internet presence, that is having a good GitHub, having a good code forces rank. Then you can apply for off campus opportunities, but depends college wise as well. अगर the college you are in allows for people from mechanical to sit into software jobs, then well and good for you. Otherwise you will have to apply in off campus opportunities only.
Uh, Prachet, sorry, I joined late, but if this was covered, I wanted to know whether, as in, is it still okay to take a niche skill engineering like AI and ML, or is it wise to take CS or IT rather in the current situation?
So
You
okay, so coming to a question, uh, if you are planning for side branches like AIDS or AIML, the jobs you will get after graduation directly after bachelor's is going to be mostly in computer fields only. You won't get AI specific or ML specific jobs straight out of college, because the minimum requirements which they ask, as it is a research field more than a technical field, all these AI and ML stuff, because serious research stuff goes in there. You need a master's degree or a PhD degree, preferably to get into the core AI and ML jobs directly after college. But if you are someone who has taken these branches, you can still, because all the software and computer stuff is taught to you in these branches as well. So you can directly apply for software developer jobs even if you are doing this degree. But if you are getting any CS or IT as a choice apart from this, then I think if you do not have any plan for masters or stuff, I think you should take the CS or IT field preferably over AI field right now if you're not planning for masters.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks.
आई थिंक क्वेश्चंस हो गए प्रचित, है ना?
और तो कोई है नहीं.
ठीक है. कोई फाइनल एडवाइस चॉइस फिलिंग के लिए स्टूडेंट्स के लिए?
चॉइस फिलिंग के लिए आई वुड से अगर अच्छे कॉलेजेस में इलेक्स तक मिल रहा है तो ले लो. अच्छे कॉलेजेस अगर मुंबई में बोलो तो VJTI में मिल रहा है इलेक्स तो लेना. SPI JTI के नीचे इलेक्स किधर भी मिल रहा है तो आई डोंट थिंक इट्स गुड टू टेक इफ यू आर इनटू सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर जॉब्स में ही जाना है. SPIT, DJ, थर्डोमल, ये सब कॉलेजेस में अगर इफ यू आर डूइंग इलेक्स, गेटिंग इनटू सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर जॉब स्ट्रेट आउट ऑफ कॉलेज इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. VJTI में फिर भी मिलता है बिकॉज कंपनी ज़्यादा आते हैं, बट ये बाकी कॉलेजेस में इतने नहीं आते हैं एज पर मेरे जितने इंटरेक्शंस हुए इनके एलुमनाई के साथ.
ओके. तो मतलब
And
ये
any
चीज
idea on the Pune side, Prachet?
पुणे साइड इतना मुझे आइडिया नहीं है, बट आई गेस
Okay.
COAP और PICT अच्छा है वहाँ पे. If you are getting PICT में तो सब कंप्यूटर ही है anyways. COAP में if you are getting Elex, I still think it's a good choice if you go there as well.
यस.
Okay.
बढ़िया. तो आई होप ये सेशन में काफी कुछ स्टूडेंट्स को सीखने मिला हो. ठीक है. तो थैंक यू प्रचित अपना इतना इम्पोर्टेंट टाइम स्टूडेंट्स को देने के लिए. ठीक है. तो आई होप स्टूडेंट्स एंड करें सेशन को. आपको जो गाइडेंस चाहिए थी मिली है. इसके साथ मैं प्रचित का कांटेक्ट नंबर शेयर कर दूंगा. बट मैं एक रिक्वेस्ट स्टूडेंट से, आप वही चीज पूछो जो उससे पूछनी चाहिए. ठीक है. मतलब कुछ आपको ब्रांच रिलेटेड कुछ पूछना है, वो सब पूछना है तो ठीक है, वो सब पूछना है ठीक है. बट अगर कोई बहुत ज्यादा नॉन टेक्निकल चीज आप उससे पूछ रहे हो, ठीक है, तो वो मुझे लगता है वो सेंस रहेगा उसका उस चीज में टाइम देने के लिए. ठीक है. तो कोई अगर आपको कोई क्वेरी है, प्रेफर करना मैसेजेस. ठीक है. क्योंकि अभी ये जो भी एलुमनाई स्टूडेंट आपसे डिस्कस मतलब इंटरेक्ट कर रहे हैं, ये लोग ऑलरेडी अपने उनका मतलब जॉब लाइफ चल रहा है जहाँ पे वो 8-9 घंटा अपने कंपनी में वर्क करके अगर फ्री टाइम में आपको कुछ गाइड करे तो थोड़ा ट्राई करना है कि मैसेज वगैरह पे कम्युनिकेट करना. और कोई भी ऐसी नॉन एकेडमिक चीज जो आपको कहीं पे भी नॉर्मली किसी गूगल करने पे भी मिल जाएगी कि किस लोकेशन में रहना चाहिए, कितना रेंट होगा, ये सब आई डोंट थिंक ये एलुमनाइज को पूछने की चीजें है. वो आपको कोई ब्रोकर ही बता देगा जो नॉन टेक्निकल फील्ड का है. ठीक है. तो क्वेश्चंस आप वही पूछो जो आपको अपने सीनियर से पूछने चाहिए. ठीक है. बाकी सब चीजों के तो ऑलरेडी बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो बहुत अलग अलग इंडस्ट्रीज में वर्क कर रहे हैं. ठीक है. तो थैंक यू प्रचेत, बहुत अच्छा सेशन रहा. ठीक है. तो तुम्हारा कांटेक्ट नंबर मैं स्टूडेंट्स में इसमें जो काउंसलिंग ग्रुप है उसमें डाल दूंगा. ठीक है. और स्टूडेंट्स कल एक सेशन लूंगा मैं कल इवनिंग में चॉइस फीलिंग को लेके. ठीक है. और कल आपको एक लिस्ट मिलेगी जिसमें पूरा स्पेशली कंप्यूटर साइंस के लिए मैं वो लिस्ट प्रिपेयर की है, जहाँ पे आपको लास्ट ईयर के कट ऑफ के ट्रेंड के हिसाब से सारे कॉलेज का लिस्ट मिलेगा. तो उससे एक आपको आइडिया लग जाएगा. और एक और चीज, अभी आपको कल मेरिट लिस्ट मिली है. मेरिट लिस्ट में आपको जो आपका PCM का मेरिट है उसी पे फोकस करना है. एक इस बार उन्होंने कंबाइन मेरिट लिस्ट भी दी है PCM PCB की. उसका कोई सेंस नहीं है. अपना जो एक PCM का जो आपको मेरिट रैंक मिला है, और एक बार चेक कर लो लास्ट ईयर वो रैंक कितने परसेंटाइल पे था, उससे भी आपको एक आइडिया लग जाएगा कि लास्ट ईयर के परसेंटाइल्स को कैसे कैसे चेक करना है. ठीक है. तो चलो, थैंक यू प्रचेत, बहुत अच्छा सेशन था. ठीक है. थैंक यू एवरीवन अपना टाइम देने के लिए. आई होप जो इन्फॉर्मेशन दी है उसको आप सही से अपने आगे की जर्नी के लिए यूज करोगे. ठीक है. चलो, तो थैंक यू एवरीवन.
Thank you for having me.